stuff going on in the background.
Yeah. Got a new perk. New operations. Solus is a funny character, isn't he?
Yeah.
Because especially when you know who he is, it's just like, of course he's the bad guy. But then everything he does is in either his or your interest.
And his
and
interest
never against you.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
It is very strange. Seeing as Flemeth was always just about herself.
Yeah, and it was very commonly against you.
She has a weird aura about her. That was like discoloring the textures around her.
But we now know what allowed you to stand against Corypheus. What drew him to you.
He came after me because my efforts put the Inquisition in his way.
Perhaps in more ways than you've considered. Your decisions let us heal the sky. Your determination brought us out of Haven. You are the creature's rival because of what you did. And we know it. All of us. The Inquisition requires a leader.
There we go.
The one who has already been leading it.
Dude, literally everything story-wise before this point, except getting the mages, I completely blotted out. I thought you'd be here, like, immediately. And just become the Inquisitor. I didn't realize you'd have, like, 20 hours to even get there. Fucking Christ.
It's unanimous. You all have that much confidence in me.
All of these people have their lives because of you. They will follow.
That wasn't the question.
I will not lie. Handing this power to anyone is troubling. But I have to believe this is meant to be.
You also now know
Corypheus
is part of why the mark's on your hand. That's his mark.
Yep.
He was trying to use it.
Yep. And it's an anchor for something.
Yep. So all of your assumptions about Solus are out the window.
He's still a dirty knight here.
This isn't about a greater message. We have an enemy, and we have to stand together. We'll do what is right. The Inquisition will fight for all of us.
Wherever you lead us. Have our people been told?
They have. And soon, the world.
Commander, will they follow?
Inquisition, will you follow? Will you fight? Will we triumph? Your leader, your herald, your Inquisitor!
This game is why I like Cullen. You don't get a good first impression of him.
No.
And the second is kind of balanced. But he loves you here. He's your best friend here. Woo! This is the hall I remember. There you go. Much better. This place is big.
Get them praying bitches out of here. It's a little messy.
But it's big, and it gets good. And I'm pretty sure you can decorate it. Pretty sure I'm not fabricating that in my head.
It was Game of Thrones, the fucking sword of chair, or it's chair of swords.
It began in the courtyard. This is where we turned that promise into action. But what do? We know nothing about this Corypheus except that he wanted your mark.
Corypheus wants to restore Tevinter. Is this a prelude to war with the Imperium?
I get the feeling we're dealing with extremists, not the vanguard of a true invasion.
Tevinter is not the Imperium of 1,000 years ago. What Corypheus yearns to restore no longer exists. Though they would shed no tears if the South fell to chaos, I'm certain.
Corypheus said he wanted to enter the Black City, that this would make him a god.
He is willing to tear this world apart to reach the next. It won't matter if he's wrong.
What if he's not wrong? If he finds some other way into the Fade?
Then he gains the power he seeks, or unleashes catastrophe on us all.
Could his dragon really be an archdemon? What would that mean?
It would mean the beginning of another blight.
We've seen no darkspawn other than Corypheus himself. Perhaps it's not an archdemon at all, but something different?
Whatever it is, it's dangerous. Commanding such a creature gives Corypheus an advantage we can't ignore.
Someone out there must know something about Corypheus.
Unless they saw him on the field, most will not believe he even exists.
We do have one advantage. We know what Corypheus intends to do next. When you were at Therenfall, you uncovered a plot to kill Empress Celine.
Imagine the chaos her death would cause. With his army.
An army he's growing. The Envy Demon gloated about a massive force of demons.
Corypheus could conquer the entire south of Thedas, god or no god.
I'd feel better if we knew more about what we were dealing with.
I know someone who can help with that. Everyone acting all inspirational jogged my memory, so I sent a message
Anders?
to an old friend. He's crossed paths with Corypheus before and may know more about what he's doing.
Anders?
He can help.
I'm always looking for new allies. Introduce me.
Parading around might cause a fuss. It's better for you to meet privately, on the battlements. Trust me, it's complicated.
Well, then, we stand ready to move on both of these concerns.
On your order, Inquisitor.
Clean this bitch
I know
up.
one thing. If Varric has brought who I think he has, Cassandra is going to kill him.
It's gotta be Anders.
This is the Inquisition. A dusty old ruin filled with battered soldiers.
If you shut your mouth and open your eyes, you'd see that the Inquisition is our one hope.
We had some story progression yesterday. Or last session. You know, last episode. Whatever it is to whoever's watching this.
You had to cut it short at the end of like last time, so I never got to mention this. But do you remember roughly the conversation you had at the very end of the last time we played?
We need you to be the Lord Inquisitor, and you need to do it. Okay.
Well, also you had a conversation with Solus.
Sort of. Refresh me.
So he called you out, and then you went into the snow, and you had a conversation about the orb that was held by the antagonist.
He knew what it was.
Yes, he said it was like an elven artifact, and that he didn't like seeing him have it, and he wants to, like...
Take it.
Yeah, basically.
Remove it from his possession.
Yeah. Now, I did not recognize the version of this cutscene you got. Because it's different when you play an elf.
Oh.
If you play an elf, which I did, he has a very different conversation with you. He doesn't tell you, hey, it's an elven artifact, it's not what he thinks he is.
He goes, oh my fucking god, it's a Lothoniel! Yeah.
More specifically, he gives you the name of it, yeah. He tells you more specifically what it is, and then he gets into a brief conversation telling you that there's one of each of these orbs, basically for every elven deity, roughly. So there's a number of these orbs. This is one of them, and they're generally associated with one deity each.
Is that his orb?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah!
But I've just found it so interesting that this conversation is so much different when you're not playing an elf. So I wanted to share with you what you would have seen if you were playing an elf.
Okay. Hey, baby girl.
I've made some inquiries into the Imperial Court.
We'll make some
The
inquiries
sooner
into
we
your
deal with
court.
the threats to the Empress, the better. The political situation in the Empire is dangerously unstable.
I want to get you to an unstable
It will
position.
complicate matters.
Everything in the
I
Empire
want to
complicates
complicate
matters.
you.
It's the Orlesian national pastime.
Turn your nose up at the grand game if you like, Commander, but we play for the highest stakes, and to the death.
The court's disapproval can be as great a threat as the Venatori. We must be vigilant to avert disaster.
Don't worry, Josephine. We'll protect the Empress, no matter what.
I pray you're right. if the hints from Therinfor are to be believed. We are all in terrible danger. Orle holds Tevinter at
Ole.
all of Thedas could be lost if the Empire falls to Corinthians. Celine is holding peace talks under the auspices of a grand masquerade. Every power in Orle will be there. It's the perfect place for an assassin to hide.
A grand masquerade? I need to go shopping.
We don't have enough sway with the court to arrange an invitation. Perhaps a few more
Bitch,
alliances.
I'm the motherfucking Inquisitor.
We need a greater
Not
presence
enough
in
sway.
and soon.
I got something to sway at her. It's my penis.
The masquerade is the stealth mission.
Ugh.
Woo! Woo! Okay.
Inquisitor, I was just inspecting our new headquarters.
I'm gonna expect your hindquarters.
Foundational
Hey.
capitals, and miles from any centers of civilization. The staff must make it presentable if we're to receive any visitors of distinction.
How do you get food up here? And water.
Very carefully. Up the mountains.
It's not like there's gonna be a convenient waterfall coming from down a mountain when you're at like the highest point.
Well, that can be easily solved. You just, melt the snow. That's easy. The food part is actually pretty easy because you have a natural refrigerator, so it's gonna take longer, but it's gonna be preserved by the time it gets to you.
Certainly wouldn't do for the Inquisition to appear overly shabby.
We've only just now convinced everyone we are precisely what Thedas requires. The Templars came far to fight with us. They need to feel secure here.
I'm more concerned about reinforcing Skyhold in case Corypheus attacks again.
I've had difficulty forgetting his assault on Haven. Do you know who first leapt to arms? Our workers. They were so proud of our cause. Corypheus simply cut them down. So much screaming after that first blast of fire. So many people turned to ash.
We lost far too many good people to that monster.
I'm sure they'll find rest with the Maker. Well, before I return to my duties, allow me to congratulate you on your appointment as Inquisitor, my lord. I will now
I wanna
bring
gain your
diplomatic
booties.
issues to your attention, and I'm more than happy to help with any situations that arise.
I'm loath to part from such pleasant company. Would you care to walk
Am I
the
doing it,
castle
Rez?
with me?
Am I doing it?
Well,
Am I doing it?
then, let me fetch the steward.
That isn't precisely what
God
I was
damn it.
hoping for.
Well, do let me know if you change your mind. Now I must find
Damn.
out how to prepare the guest quarters.
Fucking ouch.
Women.
Inquisitor, is it true? Is the mark on your hand magic cast by Corypheus?
Corypheus claimed it's a spell gone wrong.
I wanted to think it was a blessing. A sign the Maker was returning to his creation. How credulous of me.
Perhaps the Maker set these events in motion so long ago we can no longer see his hand in them.
It would be fitting if that were true. Does it hurt? The anchor, that is.
Only when I laugh.
Very good, Inquisitor.
My boss is such a fucking idiot.
Huh?
She's like, oh, my boss is such a fucking idiot. So done with this guy.
Very good song. And might as well.
War Council.
New room.
Everything's new.
War room. War room.
You
war
will
room.
spend most of the game operating out of this
Alright,
castle.
this is a much better whatchamacallit, animation. I hated seeing Leliana walk right behind her and it almost feels like she's about to clip into her before she stops and then Leliana continues. Alright.
How are the rescue efforts?
Ooh, that's a new
Have they found anyone alive?
No, you-
point?
Action is slow.
Well, yeah,
as
you have a
you
new
can
perk
imagine.
point.
Yeah. Alright, so I got 3 here. So if I get a 4th one here, I unlock the ability to get...
Assuming you haven't already put one more into something, I forget if you have, so it's worth checking. Clearly, you only have 2 in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you need the deft hands, fine tools. Hmm.
That's a nice one. I'd say that's a pretty fucking good one. Woo!
god. Fucking damn. That's a lot of stuff. Remember that exclamation mark popping up and down? That's something you can claim.
Yeah, so it's completed there, right?
Yep.
Belt of urgency. I needed one of those and I gotta take it really bad. Ooh, what's this?
What did they make?
Is this a personal storage location?
Party storage. I don't know what you would use it for.
Tint to armor. I can dye my shit. I can dye my shit. And
Customization.
does it also give it stats here?
If it's not in one of the assigned slots, then no. This just appears to be for color and only color.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Customization. Yes. Because why be the Inquisition when you can be the Imperium? This is entirely what I remember. I don't even remember that other blacksmith you went to.
This place, though. It'll be alright. It's Inquisitor now, isn't it? That'll take some getting used to.
You think it's strange to say? It's stranger to hear.
Don't let it go to your head. We need you level. Everyone just got a big, hard reason to hate Corypheus. And we already did, but we didn't have a name. You're the surprise, not him.
We left in a hurry, but you got into your old place. Save anything?
Family hammer. It's as stupid as it sounds. It's good to be back at work.
How's this place shaping up?
I wonder what happens. Like,
Better than Haven,
I guess he wasn't one of the ones
Not
that
the
could
way I
die.
wanted an upgrade.
Just thinking, like, what if he dies?
Have you
What
any
happens
thoughts
then?
about the people we lost at Haven?
I never understood Manave. My fault, probably. I'll be here.
Ooh.
Nice. Wonder if this is an even higher tier. These are schematics.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
Greetings.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhawk. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with their adversary.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I'd like to know more about the orb he carries.
Hones in on that.
That must be the means by which he created the breach. I suspect the blast to destroy the Conclave was more accident than anything. The result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believe the orb is elven.
Fucking knife ears.
I never would have believed a Divinta mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any law connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. It spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Divinta.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible. Assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
Except for the
What can you
9
tell me about
before,
the
right?
source of Corypheus' power?
According to the law,
This is all sounding so personal when you know who he is and his backstory. He's just straight up
it suggests he no
insulting
longer
all the other elven
Some of the
gods
human
right
power
now.
comes from the corruption of the
That's
body.
who he's saying are
The rest
fools.
may come from the orb he carries.
I'd like to know more about you, Solus.
Why?
You're an apostate. Yet you risked your freedom to help the Inquisition.
Not the wisest course of action when framed that way.
I appreciate the work you're doing, Solus. I just wanted to know more about you.
I'm sorry. With so much fear in the air. What would you know of me?
Are you a god?
What made you start studying the Fade?
I grew up in a village to the north. There was little to interest a young man, especially one gifted with magic. But as I slept, Spirits of the Fade showed me glimpses of wonders I had never imagined. I treasured my dreams. Being awake, out of the Fade, became troublesome.
What does a god
Spirits
dream
try to
about?
tempt you.
No more than a brightly colored fruit is deliberately tempting you to eat it. I learned how to defend myself from more aggressive spirits, and how to interact safely with the rest. I learned how to control my dreams with full consciousness. There was so much I wanted to explore.
I gather you didn't spend your entire life dreaming.
No. Eventually, I was unable to find new areas in the Fade.
Why?
2 reasons. First, the Fade reflects the world around it. Unless I traveled, I would never find anything new. Second, the Fade reflects and is limited by our imaginations. To find interesting areas, one must be interesting.
Is this why you joined the Inquisition?
I joined the Inquisition because we were all in terrible danger. If Corypheus destroyed the world, I would have nowhere to lay my head while dreaming of the Fade.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. In truth, I've enjoyed experiencing more of life to find more of the Fade.
How so?
You strengthen your body to deliver and withstand punishment. The muscles are an enjoyable side benefit. You have chosen a path whose steps you do not dislike because it leads to a destination you enjoy. As have I.
You said you traveled to many different places.
This world, or its memory, is reflected in the Fade. Dream in ancient ruins, and you may see a city lost to history. Some of my fondest memories were found in crumbling cities, long picked dry by treasure seekers, the best of the battlefields. Spirits press so tightly on the veil that you can slip across with but a thought.
Any place in particular?
I dreamt at Ostagar. I witnessed the brutality of the Darkspawn and the valor of the Ferelden warriors.
Hey, we were
Sir
there.
Alistair and the hero
Yeah.
Ferelden light the signal fire.
Oh.
Logain's infamous betrayal of Caedo's forces.
I've heard the stories. It would be interesting to hear what it was really like.
That's just it. In the Fade, I see reflections created by spirits who react to the emotions of the warriors. One moment, I see heroic wardens lighting the fire, and a power-mad villain sneering as he lets King Kaelan fall. The next, I see an army overwhelmed and a veteran commander refusing to let more soldiers die in a lost cause.
You can't tell which is real.
It is the Fade. They are all real.
Have you always traveled and studied alone?
Not at all. I have built many lasting friendships. Spirits of wisdom, possessed of ancient knowledge, happy to share what they had seen. Spirits of purpose helped me search. Even wisps, curious and playful, would point out treasures I might have missed.
I don't know of any spirits by those names.
They rarely seek this world. When they do, their natures do not often survive exposure to the people they encounter. Wisdom and purpose.
Like justice.
Twisted to pride and desire.
You're saying that you became friends with Pride and Desire demons?
They were not demons for me.
Meaning?
The Fade reflects the minds of the living. If you expect a spirit of wisdom to be a pride demon, it will adapt. And if your mind is free of corrupting influences, if you understand the nature of the spirit, they can be fast friends.
You trust these spirits not to possess you the first time you accidentally make a wish?
Do you trust your friends not to turn on you?
Well, yes, but they're people.
Ah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Are people only people because they are flesh and blood? Is Cassandra defined by her cheekbones and not her faith? Varric by his chest hair and not his wit?
Spirits are bound by their nature. You said it yourself. They're shaped by contact with real people.
Just as Liliana was shaped by contact with divine Justinian. As those who serve the Inquisition are shaped by you. If I change your mind in this conversation, does that mean you're no more real than a spirit?
You've thought about this.
On occasion, yes.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
He's had a lot of time to think.
Mm-hmm. A little bit more than most people, I would think.
Yeah.
Greetings.
Also, with the extra information about the orb, and technically being his, you can see why he doesn't want Corypheus to have it.
It's my balls.
Brilliant, isn't it? One moment you're trying to restore order in a world gone mad. That should be enough for anyone to handle, yes? Then, out of nowhere, an archdemon appears and kicks you in the head. What? You thought this would be easy? No, I was just hoping you wouldn't crush our village like an anthill. Sorry about that. Archdemons like to crush, you know. Can't be helped. Am I speaking too quickly for you?
I was
Fuck! I didn't mean to do that.
Distracted? By my wit and charm? I have plenty of both.
You would just accidentally flirt with a dude.
I am
Hey, baby,
here
how's it
on
going?
approval.
Smack.
I'll do my best to be brilliant under scrutiny. I always assumed the Elder One behind the Venatori was a Magister. But this is something else completely. In Tevinter, they say the Chantry's tales of Magisters starting the Blight are just that. Tales. But here we are. One of those very Magisters, a dark spawn.
Clearly the Imperium has no idea.
The Imperium is a land of lies built upon secrets, built upon falsehoods.
Sounds like the Dark Angels.
I knew what I was taught couldn't be the whole truth, but I assumed there had to be a kernel of it, somewhere. But no, it was us all along. We destroyed the world.
Last I checked, the Blights hadn't actually destroyed the world.
Not for lack of trying. If they were more clever, they'd have unleashed something that would really do the job. I have no intention of letting Corypheus win. Not without someone from Tevinter standing against him. It would have been nice if you'd helped stop Alexius. But that's not how things went. So be it. If it's all the same to you, I'd like to stay and help the Inquisition.
You'd really fight your own countrymen?
Southerners like to think of the Imperium as nothing but slavers and cultists. Why not? That's all you see. But it's not true. Some Tevinters are not only handsome and well-dressed, but
Put your titty
rather
away.
put off by all that rot. So, I'll happily kill cultists or anyone who thinks a Darkspawn god is the way of the future.
What if this is a ruse? The Venatori could have captured you, sent you here.
Rather elaborate, considering they'd need to have assumed you'd escape Haven. But I am the ideal spy. Charming, clever, perfect teeth and hair. It all fits. How about this? Let me help, and you can hang me later, if you wish. I look good in rope.
We can use all the help we can get.
No one will thank me, whatever happens. No one will thank you, either. You know that, yes?
That attitude must be why they kicked you out of the Imperium.
Ha! They didn't kick me out? Well, only because they never got around to it. Eventually, they might have. All I know is this. Corypheus needs to be stopped. Men like him ruined my homeland. I won't stand by and let him ruin the world. Oh, and congratulations on that whole leading the Inquisition thing, by the way.
Everyone's got to chip that in, don't they?
Greetings to you, Inquisitor. I am to serve as assistant to any research concerns. You'll find my skills are exceptional. I hope they prove useful. Goodbye, Inquisitor.
Yeah, fuck it.
You don't want to talk to her?
It's just gonna be doing boring stuff.
What? Then don't talk to her.
Inquisitor?
Because I let her die.
Yes. A death provided the vacancy. I am told there are many who will miss her.
Oops.
My skills will ensure that you do not miss her ability.
Damn.
How can you serve the Inquisition?
I am to aid in the research of all creatures encountered in your efforts as leader of the Inquisition. I remember being fond of animals. I don't remember why.
You were made tranquil.
Yes, I am tranquil. It was necessary due to a willful nature that made wielding magic a dangerous endeavor. I remember that being a difficult time, but I cannot remember why. My skills are well used in my current position.
What is your evaluation?
Not optimal given the facilities. Skyhold should be improved.
Okay, bye.
Or our efforts will continue to suffer. Goodbye, Inquisitor.